Hello guys, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. My name is Shane Parsons, but some of you may know me as Shane Sculpt. I'm a full-time online coach for Sculpt Online Coaching, which is my own business. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I think now is the perfect time because I'm 17 weeks out from my first bodybuilding competition, which is going to be PCA first timers and do men's physique category. I just wanted to highlight the highs, the lows of prep and everything in between, so you can expect training, nutrition, days in the life, and like I said, everything in between on this channel. We were supposed to be doing a push day today, but I woke up feeling rather rough. My throat's killing. I don't know if you could hear that. But so today it's just going to be a day in the life of me as a full-time coach and bodybuilder. So today's video is going to be a day in the life, as I mentioned. So we're going to go through a couple of meals, my morning routine, my evening routine. We're going to talk through a couple of check-ins. I also threw up a Q&A on my Instagram last night, so I'm going to be answering all of your guys' questions as well. So usually my morning routine is I'll get up, I'll have a coffee, and I'll crack on with check-ins if it's check-in day. I find that I'm really productive in the mornings, more so than in the evenings. So I get up pretty early. It's usually 5:30 every morning. As I mentioned today, I was a bit rough, so I stayed in bed till about 6:30. Which was needed. Still only had about 6 hours sleep, which is not great. But I've already had a meal and now I'm gonna crack on with more check-ins. So during check-ins, it's so much deeper than just how they look or what their weight is compared to last week. So for example here, obviously I'll ask the weight as well. I'll ask about how they feel and their overall well-being. The time they weighed is quite relevant because if they weigh if they were to weigh like 5 o'clock in the morning before work on a weekday, and then they weigh like 8 o'clock in the morning on the weekend, there could be discrepancies there. It could probably going to be lighter in the morning, earlier in the morning. Sleep and sleep quality is massive as well, alongside stress. So these are all big parts of recovery, which I look for. If you're not sleeping very well, if you're highly stressed, then we will look to address this. And it could be a main factor is why you're not losing weight. You could be holding a lot of water as well. And then obviously I go through the step count, set cardio, the quality of their sessions, have they adhered to the plan 100%, and also are they progressing on their lifts as well, which is another one. And then obviously I'll do a side-by-side on their photos just to make sure they are heading in the right direction. Okay, so here we have Gareth, one of my clients. He's in a gaining phase now. So his weight this week is 74.1. His weight last week was 73.7. So it's a 0.4 increase. It's about a pound, maybe a bit less than a pound in a week, which is perfect really. Overall well-being, strength still progressing, feeling really good. He weighed at 27. Sleep quality is 10 stars. So the guy sleeps well. Step count, he's hit his step count every day. Quality of sessions, excellent, perfect adherence. Stress is extremely low. Hunger is 3 out of 10. So all these points here are very good from Gareth. He's hit everything and he's managing his recovery very well. And his progress is insane as well. We're going to put a picture of before and after of Gareth on the screen now for you to see. He was only eating 2,400 calories on the left. And now, let me check, he's eating 3,800. So he's eating 1,400 more on the right. And as you can see, his abs are popping and everything. So yeah, this is a great check-in. So that is check-ins done. It's time for meal 2 now. As you can see, I like to cook my chicken in batches, just find it easier. Being on prep now, carbs are starting to get a bit lower. So we've got a chicken salad, which I love anyway, which is nice. Recently I've gone into peanuts, I don't know why, but a peanut chicken salad is banging, guys, you've got to try it. We do still have some carbs, mind, in this meal. We have carbs in 5 out of 6 of the meals on rest day, and then 6 out of 7 meals on training day, so we will have some oats in here as well. Also guys, top secret, Calo Fit. Honest to God, these are unreal, the sauces. I think they must have made them from like McDonald's sauces because it tastes exactly the same. It's a proper hack if you're on prep. Here guys, we have the secret weapon. This has made me so much more productive. So, after a meal, I like to go for a walk anyway because it helps with digestion. But obviously, being on prep now, my steps are up to like 13, 14K. So, of course, I've got a lot of work to do as well. So it's a lot of time out of my day. So this, honest to God, it's been the best investment I've ever made. So guys, as I mentioned, I put a question box up on my Instagram and I'm going to be answering these questions as they come throughout the day. So first one here, thoughts on intermittent fasting. Now, I think it's a good idea. I technically do it. I tend to get up, as I mentioned, have my coffee and do a load of work in the mornings when I'm most productive. And I won't have a meal for a couple of hours, simply because my head is in my work, so I don't feel hungry anyway. But I think it's a good idea. If you tend to get hungrier in the nights, then prolonging your meals in the morning so that you can eat later on in the afternoon is a good idea. Right, let's have a look at the next one. So, what's your go-to pre and post workout meals? So this will be person dependent. I like to eat and then I train within an hour. So I want something that's easily digestible for a pre. So typically my pre-workout meal would be a cream of rice with whey isolate and then some sort of almond butter or peanut butter just to slow down that digestion a little bit throughout the workout. If you were to train like an hour and a half before, you could easily have a full meal. And then post-workout meals, I tend to go for some fast digesting carbs. You probably have seen on my Instagram, I like the cereals and square bar combos. Other post-workout meals could be a bagel with jam, with some whey and maybe banana. But yeah, they are usually my go-to pre and post-workout meals. So as you know, on social media, I try to get at least one post up a day. And this is the magic setup. It's not pretty, but we just got a ring light, white background, and this is where I do most of my reels, my IGTVs as well. So today we're gonna crack on doing a reel for Instagram. Okay guys, we're back with more questions and steps. So, what would be your first cycle? Now, for a first cycle, it's got to be testosterone only. I wouldn't advise doing anything more than that. You want to get the most from the least. So I think a common mistake is people just take too much at the beginning. 200 to 300 milligrams of test as a first cycle is ample really. There would be no need for an AI or anything like that. Just take that on its own and you'd see some great gains from that as a first cycle. So guys, as I mentioned, I'm 17 weeks out from my first show. So this is a bit of a physique update, but what I like to do every day, I try to get at least a couple of rounds of posing in. Obviously I have lessons with my posing coach as well. I go to seminars, try to pick up little bits here and there off other coaches as well. So yeah, I try to get, like I said, try to get a couple of rounds of posing in every day at least. Okay, so at 54, do you think a male has any chance of putting on some serious size? And in brackets, it says assisted. So despite your age, I don't think there's any reason why that would be a factor that you couldn't put on some size, especially if you're assisted. However, being that age, well, being any age and assisted, I would recommend doing this anyway, would be to get your bloods done before, just to make sure you are in a good place. Obviously, you want to be in a healthy position starting before you start your cycle. I would probably then recommend taking your bloods halfway through your cycle as well, just to make sure it's not doing any serious, damage to your insides. And then of course, after your cycle's finished, you want to do your bloods again. Any health markers that are out, then you can take your supplements or tweak your diet or whatever to bring them health markers back in check. So as I mentioned, guys, I'm 17 weeks out. I actually started prep a good 13, 14 weeks ago now, because at the end of off season, I did get quite fat, which is not the best position to be in. But as it's my first show as well, we wanted to make sure we have enough time, because you don't want to be 2 weeks out from show and stressing that you're not on time. But as you can see, I'm pretty lean there, to be fair, for 17 weeks out. And that's all due to because I had a very good off season. I know I said I got a little bit fat, but it is what it is, really. We pushed calories super high. I think I was on 5,200 at the end of my off season, and now I'm down to 2,600 on a training day, and it's 2,000 on a rest day. I also got my bloods done at the end of off season, and they weren't the best, to be honest. So I've really been focusing on my health now. I've been focusing on including more greens, more veggies, and I'll be honest, I feel so much more better for it. And obviously, holding less fat, I have more energy and everything. So I'm in a really good position, to be fair. Cardio is only 25 minutes fasted and 10 minutes post-workout. Doing a push-pull leg split, push-pull off, legs off, and then repeat. So yeah, 17 weeks out, guys. I think we do have a lot of time to maybe maintain and maybe get myself in an even better position, maybe increasing calories or having a couple of maintenance weeks along the way as well. So next question, got lots of weight to lose. Is it important to watch your macros or just focus on calories to start? So I've actually read a study that says that if you're obese or overweight, then the ratio of carbs to fats doesn't actually matter. But what I would focus on is obviously being in a calorie deficit, but you really need to focus on your protein, hitting your protein target. So as long as you aim for about 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per day, and then the rest of your calories can come from carbs or fats in any ratio. So whatever suits you. The most important thing is that you can stick to your diet. So adherence is going to be the most important thing. So just make sure you can stick to your diet, hit your protein target, and then obviously just be in a calorie deficit, and that should be fine. So there we are, guys. It's time for my next meal now. Probably my favorite meal, actually. We got Greek yogurt, blueberries, banana, almond butter, and whey isolate. So that concludes my morning routine, really, guys. As I mentioned, I woke up feeling a bit rough, so we was going to do a full day in the life, but considering it's a rest day, most of my stuff happens in the morning. As I said, I'm most productive in the morning, so really the only thing that's going to happen now in the evening is possibly get more steps in and more meals. We'll save all of my meals for training day because they're a lot more exciting, and also next time I should be feeling a lot better, so we're going to get some good training sessions in, guys. So thank you for watching, and please remember to do all that YouTubey stuff, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.